What's up, Vikings? Coach Vaughn here to break down how to do figure eights with a mace or club. Before I get to this, I've been looking at my YouTube analytics. A lot of you are watching my channel and not subscribed. Please help me out. Subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying these videos. Once again, it really helps me out. Thank you in advance. When it comes to the club and mace, it really depends on the handle length when using these two, because people love doing 360 motions with the mace. And this is more anti-rotation, which means your torso is resisting rotation. The best way I like to view it, when I did firefighting, we had this giant attack hose. We had to have it be really grounded so that hose didn't back us up right there. You weren't losing that rotation. And then actual rotation comes from the feet. A lot of people think rotation is just torso rotation, which I completely disagree with. That's all lumbar twisting and turning constantly. When you move with your feet, your spine technically really isn't moving. So you're actually protecting it better using your hips with more mobility when doing that. And that's how I utilize the steel mace and club with the figure eight to get a little bit more out of that to change up those 360 motions. So I'll show you with the mace first. The way I like to do it is you're going to start pivoted like this. So once again, vertical stack. Get your elbows down. You're going to side swing it, push it over, pull it back in. Side swing it, push it over, pull it back in. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, well, you say always push around your shoulder. Yes, by the time you get here, you're pushing it around, just around the shoulder, and then your body has to rotate. What a lot of people do when I teach them this, they'll forget to completely pivot the feet. So I don't want to see this. So it starts to look more out of control. So if I start squishing the bug, as you see right here, and if this starts to hit the floor, I'm 6'4", I'm sorry if you're vertically challenged, but just choke up on it a little bit more. If you feel like you need a little bit more room right there to get that higher, bringing it up, pack those lats, push around. And then what's really cool about the mace is you can now hand-to-hand it like so. So the key thing I teach people with this, now in the side swing, have your thumb down. Don't grip it like this or else you're gonna lose a lot of skin when I was first doing this. So thumb down, you're gonna flick it to this hand. And then switch it back, thumb down, switch it back. Now this is a little bit more advanced if you haven't tried this yet. So people who I can't just get used to the mace, this is where the steel club works really well because I get to work those dead stop positions. Set this up. So I'm gonna stick with a 20-pound. So I always tell people the difference with maces and clubs is I don't wanna stack it like this. I see people do 360s with this, don't really get a problem, but like I said, I don't wanna have this near your moneymaker to keep it safe. When you work with the mace, all the weight's up here, so you're safe. This is a blunt end, and it will hurt if it hits you right there. So you don't want to go to your dentist. Have it off to your side, packed in your lat. I always tell people it's a lot like a rock bottom push-up here. Stack this hand over. So pretty much this hand just tracks. This one pulls into your lat. So now you're gonna do a rotational pullover, like so, over this shoulder. So base hand goes over this shoulder. So this is the rotational pullover right here. I don't want to dump into my spine. I want to hide my ribs down. I'm going to pull it, swing it, back around to that same shoulder. So I get this side swing. I tell people the figure eight for me is a rotational pullover with a side swing. So these two together, you know, if you want to do it like this, working with a rotational pullover first, you can do that. And then you can start working with your side swings more like this. And then all you gotta do is put those two together, pull it back over, goes over that shoulder. I rotate my spine. So once again, you don't wanna do this. That's where this starts to get dangerous, because if I bring this in the middle of my body, bang, right there, off to your side. You're safe there, once again. So, rotational pullover, back around. It gets really confusing once again once you switch sides. Start from the side here. So I pull over, swing, back over this shoulder, I rotate back toward. And now you're thinking, well, what if my club is too heavy? This is where I tell people with Indian clubs, and I'm also going to show this from a doubles perspective, because people always ask me, can you do these with doubles with steel clubs? Of course you can, but I always tell people with Indian clubs, since they're built for speed, I always say find your path first, then add speed. With these being lighter, and you'll be able to find that path first. So now I'm in a double pullover, and I strike them out. I can even get more extension in my arms like so, like this, as an option, or you can keep them in tight, like so. So if you have a little bit of shoulder issues, this would be a better option for you, using Indian clubs. If you're more advanced, stick with the steel mace. If you find you're intermediate, go with the steel club from a singles perspective. So that is how to get a little bit more with your mace, steel clubs, Indian clubs, if it's based on your goal. For more, check out my ebooks with Got to Swing, where I show them how to utilize steel maces with kettlebells, and then Got to Club features how to use both Indian and steel into one programming with singles and doubles all in one programming. So you're getting everything in one source. You don't have to buy separate programs for two-handed and one-handed in doubles, okay? So, got more questions, feel free to shoot me a message or leave a comment in the section below. Remember, be sure to subscribe. This is Coach Vaughn signing off.